So I have all these bananas. So they're really, really ripe. We have a bunch of banana plants in the backyard because we've been planted the food forest. Now it's growing. 3.5 years in, we're getting bananas, mulberries, papayas, lots of stuff. So I'm going to show you kind of what I do when I get this whole rack of bananas in. So we cut down the rack. I should throw that in here. And then as they ripen, we try to eat them. I put peanut butter on them. Then I recently had a bunch, about this many, that were ripe and it was ripening too fast. So I peeled a bunch, just stuck them in the freezer. So I've got a couple cookies in the freezer, and now this is the last of that bunch. So I'm going to show you what I do to make banana bread, banana cookies. You can look up recipes, and of course you can do any banana bread recipe, but a lot of the banana bread and muffins and different things have sugar. So I've been trying not to add any added sugar into things. So these are still very delicious. Without the sugar, I just add a little bit of honey to it. Not much, just a little bit. All right, so I peel the bananas that are nice and ripe. And then I put them in. So 1, 2, 3, I got about 4 bananas in there. And I sort of just eyeball it because all the bananas are always different sizes. Some of them are larger, some of them are small. You could do this with store-bought bananas that start to go ripe too fast. So I squish them with the fork. And these are very nice and ripe because they're squishing very easily. Okay, so you see, they're pretty squishy. Throw out the egg. All right, I'm gonna add 1 egg to it. Put that up. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of honey. That's about maybe 2 tablespoons. Stir that in with the wet stuff. Okay, now time for the dry stuff. So sometimes I use just oats. Sometimes I use a little bit of oat flour. Today I have some almond flour. I'm going to use about, I don't know, we'll go with half a cup. Half a cup of that. This is some oats that I just ground up in the blender. I'm going to go with 1 cup. This is just a half a cup scoop, so there's 1 cup. Okay, to the top of the dry, I've got, I'll put about 3/4 of a teaspoon of the baking soda. Just making it up. Just kind of throw all the ingredients together. Some salt. Okay, and I kind of mix the dry gently that way. This is just to stir the salt and soda into the dry stuff. Now I mix it all together. Truly, I feel like you could turn this into anything. You could turn it into pancakes, muffins, banana bread. I'll do banana cookies sometimes. All right, so in eyeballing it, it's still a little too wet. We need more. So I like the oat texture, so I'm gonna add in just some oats that are whole oats. Do half a cup of that. And for the most part, if you're substituting, take any recipe, and if you want to sub the sugar, I kind of just throw in the honey or maple syrup instead of the sugar. And then you might have to decrease the amount of flour or oats or whatever flour you're using in there. So I just kind of always eyeball that and use about half and then just keep adding until it kind of looks right. But if you really wanted to do the recipe, you could do recipe using sugar. If you're not using sugar and want to substitute it, like I said, you may have to go a little lighter on. All right. I feel like it could use maybe a little more. We're gonna go with it, see how it turns out. All right, let me grab my pan that I need. So I've got my little bread pan here. Did not preheat the oven. All right, so I'm gonna put about half of this in there. You can add chocolate chips to it. Anything like that. And the rest of these I'm gonna make cookies out of, just so you can see. Just throw some parchment paper on my pan. Get my cookie scoop. And scoop it out. Definitely a little runnier than usual, but we're gonna see what happens here. Okay, so here's the cookies, just plopped on there. There's the banana bread in a tray. And then I take the banana peels. I just took them all off of my dehydrator. I stick them on the dehydrator. I'll dehydrate them all. Here they all are dehydrated. And use them as like a potassium powder in the garden. So I'll powder those up in a second. Anyways, I'll stick these in the oven and we'll check back when they're done. Okay, I blended them up in this blender and I think the blade's not as, it's more of a dough. I don't know. So I'm gonna put them in my smaller one. Ah! Should have used a funnel. Hold on, let me clean this up. Okay, I'll blend that. See how we do. Okay, so there we are. Now we have banana powder. Banana peel powder. So now that can just be thrown in the garden. All right, here are our cookies. Let's get our bread out of the oven. Looks great. We do the toothpick test. Doesn't come out all slimy. We're great. That's good. Little brown on the edge side. Might have been in there 2 minutes too long. Turn the oven off. Right, the cookies came out because they were only in there like 10 minutes. So here's the texture of our cookie. It's cute. And when you eat it, it tastes like texture more of like a muffin, but it's in the cookie shape. So that's nice and fun. All right, if I think of anything else to show you on what I do with bananas, I'll add more to this video. If not, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Bye. They're so good. All right, next, we're gonna make banana ice cream. Always wanted to try this. So every recipe that you pull up is slightly different. So we're just gonna make it up. Ready? So, I guess we'll peel our bananas first. Peel our bananas. Like I said, I'll dehydrate the peel here. All right. And to make sure it's really smooth, I am gonna put the bananas in the blender. So, put them in here. Don't need that. Let's try to squeeze 4 in because they're like a small, medium size. Okay, now we're gonna blend. All right, we're all blended. Look at that, nice and creamy. Beautiful. Delicious. Delicious. All right, we need egg yolk. I'll save the egg white for a different recipe. Probably just breakfast tomorrow, honestly. Not really a recipe. All right, there's our egg yolks. Wash your hands. I needed this jar to measure the milk, so just throw that in there. Voila. Okay, so we have our bananas. We've got some egg yolk. It calls for like 5. I put in 2. We're gonna see how this goes. Kind of whisk that together. There we go. Okay, calls for sugar. Not gonna add sugar, I'm gonna add maple syrup. So we're gonna add like, let's go with a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I mean, the bananas are pretty sweet already, so we don't need terribly too much sweetness. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. All right. And this one calls for rum. I'm gonna skip the rum. Calls for vanilla extract though. Throw that in there. Seems like that would be good. For that. All right. This one calls for heavy cream and milk. I have 1/2 and 1/2, so we're gonna go with that. Together. Oops. I mean, some of the recipes don't even call for eggs, so I feel like just making it up, throwing some stuff together will work out just fine. Alright, I need my freezer thingy out. Alright, here's my frozen piece to the ice cream maker. Okay. Pour that in. Come back to your camera. All right. To run those on the other side. All right, here we go. We've got ice cream mixture in there. Turn it on. Oh, wait, it's a while. Check back. Okay. All right. Here's what it looks like. Right. Let's put them in our containers. I don't remember how long I let it go for. I think it was like 40 minutes. Let's try it. It's very good. Very creamy. Delicious. Top it with some nuts, maybe some chocolate chips. Very good. Alright. Highly recommend ice cream out of the bananas. Okay, hi. Editing the video and realized that I didn't close it. Closed it kind of in the middle, but then I added the ice cream video. So thank you so much for watching everything that I do with bananas. I used to follow recipes like exact, but then when I'm starting to do things gluten-free for my son, I just kind of started playing with things, and for the most part they turned out great. So it's kind of why everything's a little loosey-goosey. And the ice cream thing was just, I was kind of cheap. I didn't want to give up 5 eggs and then not have eggs to cook in the morning the next day. So, but it all worked out. It was delicious. I ate all the ice cream and really would like to make more. I did try to make banana chips. They did not turn out well. I didn't dehydrate them. I put them in the oven. I did an oven recipe. Tasted good, but they were kind of brown, and so I didn't really film that one either. But hey, let me know if you have some good recipes that you want to share down below that others can read. That would be amazing. And I will be coming out with more what to do with all the things you're now growing. Thanks for watching. Bye.